Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fun-filled episode of the Club Kayfabe podcast. As always, I'm Pat McDermott, and here alongside me is Dan Peck.
I busted a mirror and got 7 years bad luck, but my lawyer thinks he can get me 5.
And, of course, as always, we're also joined by Chris O'Mealy. Hey everybody, I'm Chris O'Mealy. You are not Chris O'Mealy. Damn right I'm not Chris O'Mealy. Hi everybody, Racist Vince joining you this week. How did this happen? Well, let's just say that I sent somebody up to my plantation. And I fudged the paperwork and, well, now he's considered a black man.
Oh no. He went up to your plantation? Your plantation's in the north.
He went up to my plantation up north of one down south. I kept everything separated after the Civil War. Oh yeah, because that's such a recent issue.
Vince,
Well,
I
it
had
is to
no
me.
idea you were like 250 years old.
You know, not many people know how old I am after all. Not many people know I am actually Vince McMahon Sr.
Oh god.
You
You have to
know,
be even older than Jess McMahon, sir.
you know, I know somebody who would think there was some sort of conspiracy related to that, but good thing I'm sitting on top of that padlock. Yeah, so, we're gonna talk about this week, everybody. Well, we talk about wrestling. I know you only come in when racial issues come up. Alright, so, I'm just gonna sit here, and when, racial issues come up, I'll just give the doorbell a break this week, and I'll just chime in.
Hey Vince, did you know that Bobby Lashley's a TNA champ?
Damn it! Now I've got to make my stable full-on mid-card and give one the Intercontinental title. Actually, you could probably give him the U.S. title. Actually, I should probably take him off TV. Ha ha! Yeah. Yeah, because TNA is not on TV anymore.
Well, it's still speculation they are on TV for another month and a half at least.
Oh, I thought my joke was funnier when I made it and you didn't provide facts to back it up. You see, this is why you're a bit character. What are you talking about? Alright, so, Vince, I know you were in gorilla position. I'm never in gorilla position. But you watched Raw this week, right? What's Raw? Alright, anyway, let's talk about Raw.
You should know what Raw is. It's like 22 years ago.
He's caught up. So, there's a beast in John Cena's windshield, and it's a hired mercenary. And guess what? It's named Brock Lesnar. But John Cena says, don't worry, I'm going to beat him just like I did in 2012. Ha ha!
And in 2003. And in
2003, I didn't beat him. Ha ha! So Paul Heyman comes out and he says, John is speaking big words for a victim. Don't think you're a victim? Ask The Undertaker. Wait, no one's seen him since WrestleMania. But John Cena says, you know, I want to talk real. Because I got some passion. And Cena brings back an ECW chant that Vince wanted dead.
that Vince brought ECW back and made it purposely shitty to kill.
What are you talking about? I love ECW. I love Paul Heyman. I love Jews. So, anyway, after that, John Cena cuts a really good promo that is actually about passion and actually full of passion.
Was it attitudinal?
I would dare say it was an attitudinal promo of attitudacious promotions.
Attitude is coming back, confirmed.
Tomorrow, yeah, and also CM Punk come back confirmed because of this promo.
Yep.
Because out comes a former Paul Heyman guy, which means all Paul Heyman guys are coming back, who accuses Cena of getting his shoes at Kmart. He also accuses Cena of not being able to wrestle.
It was really weird because it wasn't like last week. Cesaro was like, I don't want the big Paul Heyman guy anymore.
And then
And
he's
then
like,
this week, he's like, I'm gonna hug and kiss Paul Heyman on my way to the ring.
it was really like a shitty idea where like, oh, we broke them up last week, but we need to have Cena face Cesaro. We can't have him face anybody else because Cesaro is now playing the role of Cesaro and Bad News Barrett, both at the same time. Anything they had planned for Barrett, they're trying to shift over to Cesaro, and they're trying to keep him in his same role, but they're changing his role. It's really confusing.
I've got some bad news.
Some Swiss news? So, anyway, he says Cena can't wrestle, yet Cena wrestles a fantastic match with him, and ends with a second rope attitude adjustment.
Yeah, he got out of the AA a couple times, and it took a super AA to put him down. He's fucking buried, man.
So buried. Took an A from the second rope to put him down. So, he lifted Cesaro, but my question to you, Dan, is, can he lift the Brock Lesnar?
Brock! Can he lift Brock Lesnar? No.
That was the big talk at the commentary table, is can he do that very same thing to Brock Lesnar?
Nope, Brock's just too big.
Brock's bigger than the Big Show.
Yeah, not really.
So backstage, Steph is so distraught over last week's arrest, and Hunter is calming his wife down when, Hunter, we need to talk. This wasn't the original plan.
Hunter, I know you're out here. Hunter.
The original plan, this was not.
I'm in the sledgehammer room. The room with the sledgehammer.
So Triple H says, sorry, Roman Reigns cost you all the things, Randy Orton.
You better fight him at SummerSlam in 3 weeks.
So then Orton says, I will take care of Roman Reigns. I will get rid of him. I will take him out. I will take care of getting rid of him. I will take him out.
On a date.
Now, mind you, since Chris is not here, and I don't know if you watched the full version of Raw, I'm just giving the Hulus.
No, I don't watch the full version.
So, Paige skips out to the ring to apologize to AJ, and she will never do it again. To which AJ calls her a sweet young Casper-looking crumpet.
That's pretty good.
Paige calls her cray, and AJ then proceeds to get cray on her.
And then, oi me twat!
An oi me twat, and there we go. So then Hunter comes out to the ring with Stefani, and he says,
With Gwen Stefani.
yes, he says this shit is bananas.
This shit is bananas and I'm feeling hella good, so I'm just gonna keep on yesing.
Yeah, that's exactly what he says, actually. And then he says that we're all terrible because we laughed at his wife last week and he will never forgive us.
And
So-
him and his friend Mark will stop watching.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mark is going to stop watching. And Steph wants to speak to Brie Bella, but she gets Jericho.
Oh yes, Jericho, harnessing 2000 Jericho.
Yeah, Time Machine Jericho, where he's like, I left my long hair, but everything else I brought back.
Thanks to DDP Yoga.
Except the pants and the hair.
And as a Talk is Jericho listener, you can save money on DDP Yoga. Come on, people!
People!
I love he does the freaking kiss thing every time.
So, Jericho wants to express his feelings in song. Bad Boys, as a matter of fact. And then Hunter Hearst hilarity laughs. Orange is the new black, and Hunter is not in the mood.
Does Vince know orange is the new black?
My God, I'm on a lookout for orange people. That's why I'm not going to see Guardians of the Galaxy, because there's people of all different colors.
Is that why we haven't seen Hogan in a while? Orange is the new black.
I'm not sure what I'm more turned off by, that Zoe Salonda is black or that she's playing a green person in the movie.
Zoe Saldana isn't black, bitch.
Well, isn't Batista's colored, and now he's like blue and red.
Yeah, Batista's like diarrhea color.
Diarrhea colored.
And now he's like this greenish brown. It's war diarrhea.
Baby poop.
Disgusting baby poop diarrhea.
So, Y2J wants to know why you know save Steph right away. Is it because she's a dirty, disgusting,
What?
brutal,
What?
bottom feeding,
What?
trash bag?
Oh.
Hunter tells him to shut up.
Shut up!
So Jericho says he wants Bray Wyatt tonight, but he'll get him at SummerSlam. And Mr.
Tonight, you're gonna face, who are you facing tonight? I don't remember.
Guy. So it's Mr. Money in the Back who attacks from the back,
Yep.
and we're gonna get a match.
Yes, please?
And it's a match with both of them, and Codebreaker off a springboard, and the Wyatts break it up, and and next segment. Really good match, though. I'd like to see a full-out match with a definite finish from those guys.
With Jericho putting over Rollins.
Well, that's all he comes back to do.
Well, that's all he should come back to do.
Pretty much. So Lana says something I agree with. Our country is dead, and fat people are taking advantage of us. President Obama is a terrible leader, and so is George Bush Jr. I agree with all of those things.
You stupid Americans. You don't have real leader like Vladimir Putin.
Zeb Coulter tells Lana and her dancing bear to listen to what the flag represents. From brave people to redneck people to people who party, and now this has just become blind patriotism.
America.
Fuck yeah. So then Swaggy runs to the ring and Swaggy crush until finally Rusev crushed back. And that's the end of that segment.
Man, you're scrapping this feud.
Yeah, it hasn't been on TV at all. So, backstage, Nikki says, I hope you like the taste of crap, Steph, because you're going to be eating it.
Shit sandwich.
And we get Roman Reigns. Who cares? So, Cole says this is going to be a good one.
Good one.
So Randy Orton deprives us of Kane versus Roman Reigns, and I don't know whether to fall asleep or to fall asleep. Roman falls asleep as Randy beats him down and yells the same thing in multiple ways. You took everything from me. Everything you took from me. I have had everything taken by you from me. Never again.
I'm pretty sure he lost the title at WrestleMania. And Roman Reigns wasn't in the match.
And he gets RKOs on the table. He gets hits on the stepsies. And that's all that happens over and over again.
And he sleeps on the stairs.
The beatdown was kind of the same as Randy Orton's promos, just doing the same thing in multiple ways.
I beat him on the steps. On the steps I beat him.
So Steph comes out to talk, and Brie comes out through the crowd with her music. She doesn't work there.
Come on, Brie!
At this point, Brie has said bitch more than Jesse Pinkman in all seasons of Breaking Bad combined.
I want to see the bitch compilation.
Bitch! We need that t-shirt you were talking about last week.
Where it's really
Yeah, it's so small on the front and in the back is just bitch! So Brie wants her job back and for Nikki to get a raise. And then she still Sting's catchphrase, I agree. I agree. And she says she will agree if Steph accepts a match. And she says, sure, do you want a match for... And she says it like, hey, man. She's like, do you want a match for the Divas Championship? So, Heyman and Steph say diva exactly the same, and I thought it was hilarious. So she said...
Fight you, bitch!
Yep. So Steph fake cries and goes, at SummerSlam, I'm going to make you my bitch! And slaps her, and catfight ends Raw, and the women are somehow the best part of the show. But we get recaps of this. Now, I didn't see the post-show. You could talk about the post-show real quick, and I'm going to talk about the recap videos.
The post-show the last 2 weeks, it's been Booker T, expert on being arrested and being in jail. So, like, oh man, she learned that when she was in the big house. Alex Riley's just like, holy shit, just looks at Booker T half the show. And now it's Byron Saxton is the host now because they do it from the freaking production truck.
Oh yeah, that's right. No more boy number 2, or boy number 1, or which boy was he? I don't know.
Or girl number 0.
But in the recap videos, they tried to edit out bitch, but instead of editing out the whole word, they only edit out half of it. So when she calls Stephanie a rich bitch, she sounds like she's saying, "You're nothing more than a vindictive rich bit." To which Stephanie then says, at SummerSlam, I'm gonna make you my bit.
Oh yeah, on the post show as well. They keep on talking about it, but they're not allowed to say bitch apparently. But they're allowed to throw to the video and let that say bitch.
Can it say bitch or does it say bit?
It said bitch. It was funny. Alex Roy's like, oh man, and then when Stephanie fired back and called her out, and like, oh, don't say it, dog.
Don't say it, Dad. This is WWE Network PG. Didn't you see that little icon in the corner? Sting's here? No, not that icon.
You can't say that word, but we can throw to the video where they say that word 20 times.
Bit! So with that said, that wraps up Raw. Why don't we talk about the roar of the crowd?
You know what? Speaking of the roar of the crowd, they finally updated the intro video so it showcases people who are actually on the NXT roster now.
Oh, like how Adam Rose is back?
Yeah, but Adam Rose is back, yeah. Where it used to have like Bo Dallas and like other people that were on the main show.
Cesaro.
Yep.
Guess what? You can see one of these people on the show. Guess which one? Guess what? Summer Rae is the only answer that's correct.
Our first matchup of the evening is Tyler Breeze versus Angelo Dawkins. We learned that Tyler's song has single-handedly saved the music industry. So no more buy music where it's buy music. Tyler Breeze has saved them.
All the musics.
Angelo starts the match with a takedown. Tyler responds by beating the shit out of him for a minute straight and winning the match.
Yep.
Tyler grabs the microphone and he says, that was annoying. I didn't even come out here for a match. I just wanted to show you my interference from last week. Wait, I didn't mean to show you that either. I wanted to tell you that my music video has been submitted to the Oscars for Best Documentary.
Yeah, the Oscars for documentary. That's fantastic.
He cues the video, but Adrian Neville shows up. Tyler's like, I just got a phone call from Peter Jackson. You're due back on The Hobbit.
I don't get it.
Adrian Neville's like, I just got a Snapchat from your mom. Dick pics, bro. Dick pics. So they brawl for a bit, and then Tyler powders, and he's like, that is not cool, bro. Dick pics. Backstage, JoJo has a microphone. She's going to talk with Natalya. Natalya says, Adam Rose is fun. Tyson Kidd shows up, and he's like, Adam Rose is an ass clown. And then Natalya's
Fact!
Natalya's all like, you're being a lemon, Tyson.
Tice Antonio.
And Tyson's like, well, if you total Divas bitches like him so much, tell him I'll fight him tonight.
He is a really fun guy to hang out with.
Oh, he's like Toad from the Mario Brothers. He's a fun guy. We're going to have a tag team contendership tournament that will start next week. Which will then lead to NXT TakeOver Part 2. Which will be on 9/11. Never forget.
Never forget when the Ascension take down the Twin Towers.
So we get Charlotte versus Becky Lynch, and this is a way better and way more technical match than the one they had last week.
Also, a way better theme and intro for Becky Lynch.
And like this, she's like Lita.
Right? They're like,
my Lita.
they're like, you're not Sheamus anymore. Now you're Lita.
My name is Lita now. Charlotte leaving the BFFs was like Beyonce leaving Destiny's Child. Charlotte works the leg, like, a lot, but then she just wins with her neck breaker thingy.
Oh, Charlotte.
And Charlotte's got no ass. Anyway, it's time for a promo from the hype man, Mojo Rawley. And I'm distracted by how blurry his shirt is.
You know what's funny is I feel like they soured on him as much as everyone else hated him now.
So his shirt is blurry as fuck. Anyway, and he's like, I gotta find a partner. How about you be my partner, JoJo? We'll be Mojo Jojo.
No, Joe.
And then Bull Dempsey shows up and says, us our team? And they're like, yeah, sure.
And he's like, you better not screw this up.
Or I'll
Figure-
kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you good.
I'll kill your face off.
And we get the Ascension versus some Jobbers. They get squished.
The Ascension gets squashed, right?
Yep, Ascension gets squashed in like 2 minutes. And then they get promo time. I don't know why these losers are getting promo time. They say it doesn't matter who wins the tournament because we'll squash them. And then freaking Connor's like, total annihilation.
Yeah! When did that start? That was before I started watching.
Annihilation. I have no idea. I started watching NXT like 2 weeks before they became tag champs, so they're fastly approaching a year as champs. A video on CJ Parker and Xavier Woods from CJ Parker's point of view is next. Then we get a
Oh, that was awesome, yeah.
A preview of the tag tournament, I guess. As Mojo Rawley and Bull Dempsey takes on the Mechanics, which are Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. And the Mechanics is a good name for that team because they're good in the ring but have zero excitement.
Oh, it's literal.
And Bulldozer, Mojo, and Bull win. We go backstage for a promo by Bayley. She says that she's happy that the BFFs are all dead and shit, and that she's beaten Charlotte, so she should be the #1 contender. And then Charlotte shows up and she's like, girl, bye.
You best watch what you be saying, son, daughter.
Girl. And now it's time for the main event, as Adam Rose will face Tyson Kidd, who has Natalya with him. And the main thing I notice every time I see Adam Rose is one of the Rosebuds is just a diva in her gear and a mask.
The main thing I notice when I see Adam Rose on NXT and not on the regular WWE shows is that his matches are much better because they're longer. And they know how to use his character.
So Tyson starts by out wrestling Rose, so Rose is like, I'm gonna act gay and start spanking you and like kiss you and some like classic Goldust tropes, except for he's not all dressed up in gold and shit. These are also things Bugs Bunny did back in the day. Put on some lipstick and start trying to kiss a guy.
Back in the day, I just started watching the Looney Tunes, actually. That's why it's hilarious.
Is that why he has the Looney Tunes?
Well, that's why he has that strawberry around his neck. I didn't want to. I didn't want to have a carrot and have it be a total ripoff. That's why he has the lollipops. And I haven't come up with a "What's up, Doc" style catchphrase yet.
Has it been? It's Tyson season. It's Rose season.
That's great. That's gonna happen next week on NXT. I gotta tell Hunter.
You know, next week's episode was recorded 2 weeks ago.
We can edit it.
It's Rose season.
I'm gonna put in some SmackDown pops too, so whenever they say it, they'll go "Wah!"
So Adam Rose goes to the outside and gives Natalya his lollipop, and he took her to the candy shop because she totally licks his lollipop.
Whoa!
So Tyson Kidd goes nuts, which I would too. I mean, goddamn. And
I heard that lollipop tasted like fish.
Ew. Everybody knows that Tyson Kidd is a horse. I mean a workhorse. And roll up, Adam Rose wins, and whoa. Coming at NXT TakeOver 2, Natalya versus Tyson. Oh wait, no, that's not going to happen. How are they going to pay that off? I wonder.
They're gonna get a real life divorce on Total Divers.
Of course they are. I mean, there's only like one marital problems angle that I can think of that didn't end in actually the marriage falling apart.
Wait, which one is?
And that would be, I want a divorce. Vince and Linda, I think, is the only one that didn't end the actual marriage.
But the actual relationship has been dead for years.
Anyway, if the sky turns black, it don't matter.
Yep, that's what happens next, because Jack Swagger is going to come out and he's going to take on Cesaro in, guess what? A really good match. And Cesaro...
A grappling contest of a single fall variety with no time limit.
Ends with the Patriot Lock, and they do a good job putting that over on a guy who wears a boot, who taps out really quick, when Swagger will use it against a guy who doesn't wear a boot and doesn't tap out.
You don't know he's got those special freaking wraps.
Ankle wraps?
Yeah, dude, it's got steroids in it, bro.
Dude, if only people used those against Angle all those years.
Yeah, well, people were obsessed with boots in the 90s and early 2000s, you know.
Well, then again, you know what? Eddie found out that secret. That's how he beat Angle.
That's right.
So Eddie was ahead of his time as far as that's concerned. Rusev is studying Eddie Guerrero. I don't know if I should say that.
Rusev's like, I lied.
Sorry, I'm using my jump to conclusions, Matt, here.
Rusev's like, oh, Lord. I say.
Rusev, lie!
Oh, God. Rusev Steve!
I wonder if Russian... Oh, he's still Bulgarian, right? He's not... They haven't said officially, like, he moved to Russia, but he's still Bulgarian, right? Is that the thing we're running with?
They don't even mention it anymore. They're just like, he's the Russian guy. He's from Russia now. Wait, I'm from Russia now?
That was a seamless transition.
He is... Because all these fucking retards were like, the Russian guy who speaks Russian.
Then they're like, oh, give them what they want, except when they actually want something better. So Lana and Rusev come out after the match, and they say the Russian flag is the real red, white, and blue. And they're challenging Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger to a flag match, which sounded to me like it was almost like it was going to be Lana versus Zeb Coulter for a second there, but it's going to be Swagger and Rusev in a flag match at SummerSlam. And we, the people, wave the American flag around. Jack Swagger plants the flag on the surface of the moon. Oh, wait, I mean on the ring canvas. And I'm surprised it didn't break through the canvas how hard he slammed it down.
They're gonna have a fag match. Freaking worst matches. They're pretty bad.
I cannot think of a good flag match.
Even like the one that had like freaking the Hart Foundation versus like Austin, Undertaker, and like third guy. It was still like, yeah, the wrestling was good, and then the flag match part came in.
Oh yeah, they have to get this flag. Ugh. So Randy Orton comes out and he talks about why he attacked Roman Reigns. He attacked Roman Reigns because he will face him at SummerSlam and he will put him down for good. Down for good is where he will put Roman Reigns. And he will beat Roman Reigns just like the beating he gave him on Monday night. And the beating he gave him Monday night is like the beating that he will get at SummerSlam. And Randy Orton promo. So something we didn't talk about on Raw that I now found out from watching SmackDown is the streak is over.
Oh, is it?
The streak is over. There is a black mark. Yeah, there is.
The streak is over?
Who the hell? That would be a great idea for Bo Dallas to lose to R-Truth. You approved it. Shut up, I didn't know such thing.
I bet you it was Michael Hayes because he's the blackest white guy ever.
He's more N-word than R-Truth. It's more N-word than Mark Henry, that's for sure, and that's a lot of N-word.
Because he's fat.
Yeah. Eating all that fried chicken.
Whoa, hey.
Calm down, Vince. I heard he likes grilled chicken.
Hey, grilled chicken's pretty good too.
So, Bo Dallas comes out and he's perturbed, but he knows if Bo leaves, he'll come back from this, and he beats crap out of R-Truth, and R-Truth wins by DQ, and the
reverse streak has begun.
Yes, the anti-streak.
I am the man behind the 1 in 1 in 21.
So the ref pulls him off, and he says he believes that R-Truth got what was coming to him.
A win. 2 victories in a row on television.
He really deserves it for being employed all these years.
Yep.
Next we get Rosa Mendez versus AJ Lee. No, I'm just kidding, because it's over already. And then Paige at the top of the ramp. She tosses AJ off, and the camera gets all ready and in position to catch the angle, and AJ smacks right up against the camera, and it actually looked really good, so they replayed it a few times. And as the EMTs come out to check on AJ, Paige at the top of the ramp, she goes, "Oh, she's fine, her throat's fine, she's my best friend, fish and chips." And that's really Hunter in a Paige mask doing a great impression. And then she skips away. Fish and chips and everything's fine, a chimney sweep.
Oi, me twat.
Get on your knees, twat. So we get a riveting match up next, which is Dean Ambrose versus Kane and Seth Rollins. Because this match is...
Dean Kane on SmackDown again?
Yeah, Dean Kane is always on SmackDown. So, unfortunately, the whole thought behind this match is exactly what I thought it would be. I mean, it's smart booking, but still, it's Kane in a match right now, which is not good.
Fuck out of Dean.
Right, don't tag in Seth, and Kane is like, "You're not getting through me." So...
he gets through him, and then...
he gets through him, he tackles both of them on the outside, but after that, Seth is in the ring, Kane's like, "I'm going to protect you," but he fixes his elbow pad, and I swear he's going to chokeslam Rollins for a second for no reason whatsoever, but he doesn't. And Ambrose comes back in, Demon Kane and Miwan go home, chokeslam, Ambrose counters, hits a DDT, and Seth Rollins runs away.
Demon Kane and Me Wanna Go Home is pretty good.
Thank you.
Demon Kane and Me Wanna Go Home. Hey, Mr. Hunter Man.
Demon Kane and me want go home. And that's how you tell Kane that you want to go home in a match now.
This is the referee. God, Vince is yelling in my ear. That did Demon Kane. Wanna go home. That.
Demon Kane, Demon Kane, Demon Kane. Choke slam now, cause it's time to go home. Choke slam now and don't hit a tombstone. So, backstage, Renee Young asked Chris Jericho for his thoughts on the Wyatt family, and he says he finally got his hands on them, but 3-on-1 is a hard number to overcome, so he wishes there were 2 more Wyatts. No, that's not what he says.
Yep, there needs to be 5 Wyatts.
So, he says tonight, if he can beat Eric Rowan won't be allowed at ringside for their match, which means on Raw he'll face Harper, and Harper won't be allowed at ringside for their match. And that's how this is going to work.
Anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And it burns, 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 until Demon Kane wants to go home. So then we get Fandango versus Diego. And the real story here is El Torito dances with Layla and Summer Rae, and that's about it. Oh, Diego wins. Then we have Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio with The Miz on commentary, and he shakes hands with JBL and Cole and instantly pulls out some hand sanitizer, pulling out every indie gimmick in the book. Which I'm actually kind of fine with because he's good at doing it right now. Then he gets
tattooed Mike on his chest yet?
He has not, so he's not full indie.
He's not full Johnny Cage mode?
Nope. But I noticed he gets up on the announce table to yell and distract Dolph Ziggler, which that's what people always do to Dolph Ziggler. I mean, he did to Del Rio once when Aaron Paul was there, but people always distract Dolph Ziggler by talking on the announce table. And
all hail King Bitch!
To make his gimmick even worse, or better in this case, Miz is wearing these like reddish pink pants and slippers with no socks, nothing, just annoying slippers. And he says that he wants to thank Dolph Ziggler. He also wants to thank his 3 cats at home, Pumpkin, Spice, and Mocha.
That's dumb.
And he thanks them, and Dolph Ziggler gets distracted by Pumpkin Spice, and Alberto Del Rio grabs his arm like a giant boner and pulls it towards him like he's jerking it off, and he wins. So in the main event, we get Chris Jericho versus Eric Rowan in Eric Rowan's best match of his career that should go on his DVD of one match that was really good from just him. Because it was with Jericho. And in the end, it's Codebreaker McGillicuddy and the win. And Jericho motions to Bray.
Rowan.
Oh yeah, McGillicuddy was not collateral damage this time. I'm sorry. But he motions toward Bray Wyatt that 1 down and 2 to go. And this note for SmackDown in quotations puts Harper and then Bray, as if that wasn't implied when he said 2 to go. Who made these notes? This is not my notes. These are copied from WrestleZone. So whoever did, let's scroll up. Bill Pritchard, you're a fucking idiot. And that's your SmackDown.
Is that Pritchard's brother?
Would he be brother love?
Brother. Brother.
Let me tell you something, brother love. You don't need to imply something that's already implied, dude. As I'm implying.
If Hogan's talking to brother love, wouldn't he call him brother love?
I think you're right. I think you're correct. I think the rule of
All right,
brothers in Hogan grammar. Or would he be
it
Dude
is
Brother Love?
dude,
No, wait, but then who would Dude Love be?
maybe Dude Love Jack.
Oh, yeah. All
I
over the
loved watching
place.
Dude Love Jack.
Dude Love Jack left all over the place, brother.
Does Vince, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you have any troll truth for us this week?
As a matter of fact, I don't.
That's what I figured.
But, you know what I really want to talk about? Separate drinking fountains, and why don't they still exist?
Dude, why hasn't there been a brand extension for drinking fountains?
You know, originally when I came up with the brand extension, did you see my original layout? It leaked online recently, but I had all the black people on Blackdown and all the white people on Raw. And I was going to change it to Blackdown.
Didn't Devon stay on Raw?
This is my original layout before the rest of corporate saw it and canceled it.
But here's the thing, Vince. You were in charge of SmackDown at the beginning, and Flair was in charge of Raw.
Well, what was I going to call it? Monday Night Negra?
I guess. But you were in charge of the supposedly only black roster.
Yeah, they were all my slaves. And we were going to put out Blackdown, the video game, on PlayStation 2. I think that was the system that was out at the time, right?
Yes.
The PlayStation Entertainment Console.
The PlayStation 2 had only been out for a year at the time.
My favorite accessory was the PlayStation Move. I played that whipping game over and over. Alright, so could we please move on? I don't think this is going anywhere.
Okay. I guess it's time for the Facebook comments.
I'm gonna go play my PlayStation Move.
Okay.
Ah,
Enjoy the butt plug that's attached to that thing.
that's what that is!
It lights up and everything. I think it's actually meant for doctors, proctologists.
You gotta move!
Anyway, this week we look at a post about the fact that Ryback still eats a lot. It's a cartoonish picture, and it's like Ryback's opening the refrigerator, and a freaking cow's head is peeking out of the refrigerator, and there's a freaking chicken on top of the cow's head. They're inside the refrigerator, by the way, and then all else you can see in the refrigerator and in the door is all these protein shakes.
And a title.
Oh, so anyway. That's what
Oh,
we're
wait.
talking about.
Damn it, Ryback's had no titles, has he?
Nope.
Wow. That's terrible.
Our first comment is, I remember when Ryback was cool.
Ryback! Before Ray got all his tattoos on his back, I really liked it.
Remember when Ryback used to demolish 2 or more people and we thought he was the next Goldberg? Pepperidge Farms, remember? What about Big Show?
What about him? Are they comparing what he eats, or are they just like, what about, like that what about Bob? It's like, what about Big Show? Oh,
Every
dude,
word was capitalized, so it probably is a title.
that would be great if they remade What About Bob, but it was What About Big Show, and he was like afraid to touch things. He had to have like the whatchamacallit? He had like OCD, right?
Yeah, and agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia, yeah. What About Big Show should be a WWE film. I guarantee it would do better than Knucklehead. It's not a tough guarantee.
It's still gonna star Richard Dreyfuss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, current Richard Dreyfuss would do a WWE movie, I have a feeling.
Current Bill Murray just may.
current Bill Murray will do just about anything, even though he probably doesn't need the money.
Just about anything except Ghostbusters.
Yep. He's like, if I'm gonna do another Ghostbusters, I want to die at the beginning and be a ghost the entire movie. Okay. Anyway, Ryback versus Rusev, best for business.
What about Ryback says pro-American right now, except he eats more than he should.
This fat ass won't stop eating. The most used line in the comments was
Ryback
feed
rules?
him
Oh.
steroids.
I prefer feed him less.
Feed him HGH. And our last comment, not only you waka come God day.
Demon Kane and me one go.
Not only you waka come God day.
I can't even... I'm not understanding.
I think that's the point.
Okay, good.
Alright. On to at CK. Oh, wait, Chris isn't here because of technically difficulties.
Technically...
Difficulties bullshit.
And Vince is off playing with his move, apparently.
His plantation move.
When they slow down, he has to get out his plantation move.
So, I have the questions this week. And we've got, I think they're relatively good. Not a ton of them, but we're a bit TNA heavy, so let's just go with the TNA questions. Shabong asks,
Hee
TNA and Vince Russo have reportedly parted ways once again. Do you think that will save TNA's Spike TV deal?
Nope. I don't think...
Last I heard, he hadn't worked there in like a year. So if
No, he hasn't...
If he was on the payroll, then he wouldn't do nothing.
He was like Goldberg sitting that thing out. But no, I don't think that any of that is what would save TNA at this point. TNA, they buried themselves. They signed these stars that were older stars at other places, and they lived off name value, and then that ran out, and they couldn't afford them, and they didn't know what to do. When Sting jumped ship, it was officially done. When Sting was like, I'm going to start...
What are you talking about? They got Gene Snitsky and Ricklin.
Oh yeah, Rick Lawn, that's right. Rick Lawn going to mow down the competition. But when Sting made the jump over to officially allowing WWE to, I guess, sign a deal, put him in the video game, and have a Legends figure and a T-shirt,
and have the DVD coming out later.
It was over for TNA because Sting stood by them through everything.
It's like when Bam Bam left ECW. We were like, oh shit.
It's like Kurt Angle.
ECW lived for another 3 years.
Kurt Angle is either going to come back to WWE or kill himself in regret because of he was so adamant that TNA was going to succeed, and now it's at the point where they have to rebuild so much before they could even consider it. They're such a damaged product right now that when Spike drops them, who would pick them up?
Real
Court TV.
Real video player. Last time they didn't have TV.
And Spike TV, I mean, Spike TV is basically telling you that reruns of Law and Order and other such shows are doing better than you. I don't understand that. I've never liked procedural shows like that, but...
My mother has watched more Spike TV than I have.
Oh, TV for Men?
Yep. You know that TV channel that's supposed to be for men?
Yep.
Yeah. My 53-year-old mother watches more of it than I do. Congratulations, Spike TV. Our next question is from CJ Hardman's brother, Matt.
Of
How
course it
long will
is.
it be? How long will it be before Vince owns the TNA library?
The question is, and does he want it?
I
Does
know the
he?
only reason why he would do it is if he really wants to put out a freaking Christian DVD and he wants everything on it.
Right, if he wants Christian, Angle, or Sting stuff from there. And honestly, I don't
Or
think he
if Jeff
does.
Hardy finally comes back and they want that stuff.
Another guy who went over there and he's like, TNA reignites my passion for the business. Now, guess what? If WWE is the only televised game in town, chances are he's going to think about what reignites his passion for the business real quick. I feel the one person I really feel the worst for in all this happening with TNA is Bully Ray. I feel like because he's really put himself out there for that company, and he's like he stands behind it.
Not to mention that when 3D went to TNA, they didn't just burn the bridge; they freaking blew it the fuck up.
Right.
But according to him, he's good with Vince and everybody now, and he could go back if he wanted to. That's what he said on freaking
On Talk is Jericho? Yeah.
I think it was on Jericho. So I have no idea. So yeah, and I don't see Vince doing it unless he specifically is told by somebody else that, oh yeah, you should get Christian's matches with Abyss on there, so you should buy TNA's library for those matches or whatever. And he'll be like, how much for them? $10? And they'll be like, yes, $10, Vince.
The other guy I feel really bad for is Samoa Joe and all of this too. A guy whose career unfortunately has just kind of been squandered in TNA. They never really knew what to do with him. They never put him up to the level that they should have. And now, like, his best years of his career, I don't know if they're behind him, but he certainly spent a lot of his career there.
Yeah, it's rough. Our next question is from Dan Dahl.
These questions are so sad.
would TNA on the network sell subscriptions? This is the best idea I heard during all the speculation is that WWE should put the TNA on the WWE network.
I mean, if they were to buy that product, unfortunately, it would just become another WWE product unless they're saying TNA would pay them for time, or are they saying WWE would absorb TNA?
I think if WWE absorbed TNA, they would step in on production and everything, and everything would change.
Right.
But
But
if they could work out some kind of deal where TNA aired on the network,
right, we're paying you so much money for time on your network. That could work, but I don't think WWE wants to acknowledge any other product because they like to say they're not wrestling, they're sports entertainment.
they do on the web. They do on the website because they remember a couple years ago they wanted to be bigger than the dirt sheet sites, so they started posting their own dirt sheet
Yeah.
news, and it would be like TNA Impact results on the WWE website.
Free advertisement.
Oh, you mean like when WWE SmackDown versus Raw '08 came out or whatever? No, '07 came out, and Kurt Angle was in the game, but he was in TNA. So every time anyone talked about the video game, they were like, "You could play as Kurt Angle, who's in TNA now."
And has the highest attributes of anybody in the game.
And you're like, "Oh."
He had like a 95, and I think Cena had like a 94.
Triple H had at 98. What are you talking about? I think that was also the one where they sent out the note saying Triple H can't be found in a defenseless or prone position in any of your photos of the game.
Oh my god, and that's probably still a thing.
You could have Triple H, the guy that wrestles once a year.
People are gonna think that's really me.
Anyway, that leads us to another network question by Adrian Cotton. Do you guys think the network will ever diminish in value?
I mean, unless they start pulling stuff and then like creating different tiers where you get different things, then no, because they
Once
have
I've
all
watched
this.
everything, it won't be as worth as much to me. But it's still worth it for the pay-per-view every month, for crying out loud. Even if you only watch the pay-per-view every month.
If you only watch the pay-per-view, and for me, I mean, I watch all the countdowns. I watch all the
Legends of Wrestling, I check almost every day to see if they put up another episode.
yeah, and I watch NXT. I watch Main Event now, which I never used to watch, and sometimes I'll just leave the stream on because it's there. You know, it's good background noise, or it's good background matches, or anything. Just when you're doing other tasks.
And
So
I am at WrestleMania X8.
wow.
And I believe O'Malley's not even in the 1990s yet.
He's lost in time this week.
I don't know. I just see them continuing to add stuff. You know, like every week they put out a new documentary from the on their Beyond the Ring show.
They put out a new DVD I already bought.
Yeah, chances are.
But it's still pretty cool that a lot of people who never saw those are now getting a chance to see them.
I mean, the AWA and the WCCW ones came out back-to-back weeks. Those are really good ones. Although you'll want to kill yourself after watching the World Class.
Good thing they didn't follow it up with like the old Jake the Snake one after that, because then you would really want to kill yourself.
The Pick Your Poison.
Yeah.
Ay.
Where he's like, and then my daddy beat me up again.
I'm a
Oh.
product of rape.
Oh, poor Jake.
And my sister
I
was
just want to
murdered.
die.
We'll never find the body. Man, that tells you like the depth of his despair. He talks about how he would read about one of the boys dying, and he'd be like, "God damn it, why wasn't it me?"
Yeah.
Like, God, jeez. Ay. So we don't think the network will ever diminish in value unless they make a drastically bad changes to it. Another Adrian Cotton question. Would you say that Brock Lesnar is a modern day monster in the same way that Vader was in the 90s?
Yeah, he's a modern day monster for sure. He's, in my opinion, Brock Lesnar is heads above everybody else in the WWE right now. Like what he has that transcendence level. It's similar to The Rock, but I think it's more of a
But his
danger.
is more of a legit sportsman, where The Rock
Right.
he's an actor.
Exactly.
The Rock's a star. Brock is an athlete.
Right. And when you say Brock Lesnar, I mean, without Paul Heyman there, Brock Lesnar's name. I don't think Brock Lesnar's comeback would have been as good if he didn't say, "I'm not talking. Bring back Paul now."
Brock Lesnar was just like, "No!" all the time.
the most uncomfortable talk segment, and they tried to make John Laurinaitis his manager.
Oh, God, really?
That was basically where they were headed.
Oh, yeah, I remember, because he's the one that brought him back to take out Cena.
And he's like, "Look, John, I'm going to tear you apart." And everyone's like, "Why does this guy have such a lousy voice?" And they're like, "Yeah, next week." They're like, "Brock Lesnar isn't able to be here tonight." And we're like, "Oh my God, Paul Heyman's back."
The thing is, Brock cut really great promos when he was in the UFC, though. So what happened? Oh wait, as soon as you script something for him,
Yeah.
he becomes
He-
mouth.
He must have sold so many Famous Bowls for them.
When he was like, "And I'm gonna have a Coors Light because Bud Light doesn't pay me." And And then I
Yeah,
just might get on top of my wife.
he's better at being a real-life heel. Oh, so you mean Brock Lesnar is just a dick? Yup.
Brock Lesnar's bigger than Vader because Vader is not the one in 21-1.
Well, Vader may be wider at this point.
Oh god, they got Vader's son doing a whole bunch of stuff right now, like at shows, at the NXT live shows and stuff. I keep on seeing like pictures of him with the New Age Outlaws and stuff like that.
But yeah, to answer your question, Brock Lesnar is a legit monster in WWE today, and he's worth what they're paying him because he brings in buys.
He's some kind of monster.
He brings in buys. Jay Shin loves him.
God.
Buy pay-per-views or it's buy pay-per-views. Buy network or it's buy network.
The second buy is BI, right? Yeah.
Of course.
Alright, our next question is by Mike Simsak, who asks, if you were to take over WWE and redo the roster, who would be your top wrestler / diva choice to bring in? Can be anyone from the past or present or from anywhere, and why? So, if we were in charge of WWE, who would we bring in?
And it's past,
I'm
present.
guessing.
If they're dead people, are we signing dead people, or are they, or are they alive again?
I don't know. It can be anyone from the past or present and from anywhere, and why?
I still would want to bring in AJ Styles.
TNA
I
doesn't have anyone we need.
I'd sign. Oh, he's not in TNA, so it's okay.
New Japan doesn't have anyone we need. Oh wait, we just signed Fergal. Fergal, hey Fergal. What's up, Fergal? hey, Billy and Brian. This guy's name is Fergal.
Oh God, that's what's gonna happen. That's exactly what has happened. By the way, I would also say I would sign in Daniels and Kaz. Dude, I would raid TNA right now. Honestly, I would bring in Bully Ray.
You would raid ROH right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. But Muvapa, I'd bring Muvapa back.
Oh man, we gotta bring Sean back. I gotta tell him this guy's name's Fergal.
Not to be conversed with Virgil.
Guy's name is Fergal. Hey Kev, you should come down, do a class, with Fergal.
You know, where we're gonna have you reside from? Fergal Rock. Down in Fergal Rock, obviously.
Down in Fergal Rock.
I'm torn. Should the title of the show be Down Fergal Rock, or should it be you Ritz Bit? I'm not sure. Or
Demon Kane, man, we want to go home.
I'm so confused. If anyone's listening live, leave a comment and vote for your favorite title.
So who are we bringing in? All the old TNA guys? The bad influence and the AJ Styles?
Yep.
I'd bring in Bad Luck Fale.
Samoan Joseph.
I'd bring in the entire Bullet Club and just have them be the Bullet Club. And that will end PG. And violence is restored.
Blood is back.
Blood is back. Our final question this week is from John Salinas.
Wow.
And he wants to know, With O'Mealy off for the bulk of the show, aka the entire show, do you feel it has changed the flow for better or worse? And his follow-up question is also, who do you think will win the I Quit match between Mark Maverick and Nick Napoleon in GSW on 8/23?
Cheap plug. I think Fergal's gonna win. Hey, aren't you the last rainforest?
Fergal.
WWE Films presents.
Fergal. So, what do you think about O'Mealy not being here? How does it affect the flow of the show?
Oh, we have nobody to guide us around.
Yeah, our bits went a little long. He's the steerer.
Our bitch. So what you got edited, right? So our bitches went a little long.
That's right. Yeah. He
there
was on task.
There was no Amelia to pull this show over.
He's the architect of Club Kayfabe. So that's how that goes. So who do you think will win the I Quip match? The guy with the best one-liner wins. Mark Maverick, Nick Napoleon.
I'm gonna go Nick.
Grand Slam Wrestling, August 23rd in Moosic, PA.
I'm gonna go with Nick Napoleon.
I also will go Nick Napoleon because I don't know who that is, but I like his name better than Mark Maverick. And if you gave him his name, I'm sorry, Joe.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
I'm a Mark and a Maverick. Don't make me pull this show over.
Oh, yeah. That's it for the questions. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's also it for the show. So I hope you enjoyed this unabridged edition.
This rudderless edition.
This ranting, raving, nobody to keep us on course edition of the Club Kayfabe podcast.
I got jokes to get over.
Damn right they're over.
The show's over.
So until next week, everybody, we'll catch you down Fergal Rock. Peace.
O'Mealy lives.